What if I told you that there is a scholarship program that can pay for your master's degree, cover your living expenses, and allow you to study in multiple countries while you earn not one, but two or joint degrees? I know it sounds too good to be true, but that's exactly the program that I had done for 2 years. A few years ago, I applied for an Erasmus Mundus master's program. And somehow, this girl from Ethiopia who was doing her undergrad degree in South Korea ended up studying in Scotland, Spain, Colombia, and some part of her degrees in Japan, with all expenses paid, not paying any tuition fee, but even getting paid monthly for living expenses. And if you want to know more about it, make sure you continue watching, because this is what this video is going to be about. What is an Erasmus Mundus program? How you can be a recipient too, and I will also have a step-by-step on how you can apply. And if you have any questions, obviously make sure you put them in the comments and I'll try to answer as much as I can. Before that, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. So before this Erasmus Master's program, I did have the opportunity to study abroad, so I'm familiar with what life abroad is like. After I moved from Ethiopia to South Korea, that was the first international experience I've had. But while I was doing my undergrad in South Korea, I had the opportunity to do an exchange program in Portugal. And if you want to know more about that exchange program, actually, I made a video about it. That's video one. It's probably over here, but you can watch it later. So I did that exchange program first. And then it completely changed my life. I learned that the world is way bigger than that I had imagined. Every country really teaches you something different. Every culture that you encounter, it reinforces that there is no one right way of doing things. And every conversations that I had with people, I was learning way more than I was learning in classrooms or on YouTube or on TV. I was basically learning from cities, from different people from all over the world, and I was experiencing different food and cultures firsthand. It was just the most amazing experience. And when my exchange program ended, I remember I have this shirt that says like "Bring me back to Porto." I really did not want that exchange program to be over. Like the biggest the biggest challenge it's been on going on this exchange program is literally just going back to my home university. Oh no. Anyways, that video is not about that. So, the way I heard about this Erasmus Mundus program is one of my friend. He was a master's student, and then he was telling me that, oh, I'm doing this Erasmus Mundus program for 2 years now. I was like, wait, what? So you're telling me that I can do exchange programs for 2 years in 3 different universities while even getting paid? I was like, okay, that is something I'm going to apply. So I was a second year undergrad student when I first did my exchange program, and after I heard that this master's program existed, that was all what was on my mind. So after I graduated my undergrad, and that's the first thing that I did. Well, I did work for about a year, but when I thought about my master's, I was like, Erasmus Mundus master's program is the program that I wanted to have. Without further ado, let's see and discover together what this program is, if you are eligible to apply, and if you actually are eligible to apply, how you can apply, and I have it step by step. So let's talk about what is an Erasmus Mundus program, right? Because I'm talking about something technical, I have my laptop open right here, and I'm going to be referring to that, okay? So, sorry about that. So an Erasmus Mundus Joint Master's Scholarship is a fully funded scholarship that is supported by the European Union. It allows students from all over the world to study in multiple countries as part of one master's degree program. And depending on the program, the scholarship will cover tuition fees, monthly living expenses, health insurance, travel costs, and any other expenses that you would have. This scholarship is ideal for recent graduates with a bachelor's degree, professionals who are seeking advanced specialization, and the good thing is any nationality who's passionate about academic excellence and international experience. That's basically what you need to be passionate about international experience, honestly. So any nationality is allowed. And wait, hold on. The cherry on top is that there is no application fee, which means you can apply for free. Basically, there's nothing that you lose when you're applying. Sorry, that was bad timing to have food while you're talking, but also another cherry on top. I'm not gonna eat that one. Is basically that you can apply to 3 programs in one go. This application is usually open in September and then until January, and then you can apply to 3 programs with not paying any application fees. So basically, you literally have nothing to lose. You just have to gather all your documents and then apply. And I can make a separate video on what documents that you need if you want to know more about that. But this video is going to be about step by step on how you can apply for this program. Let's digress a little bit before I get too excited, and let me just tell you about my experience and what program that I've done. So I was a recipient of this scholarship, and I did it for 2 years. I chose the program what's it called? GLOCAL. It's Global Markets Local Creativities. It is given in the primary university. The home university was in Glasgow, and then I did the other semester in Barcelona, and then the other one in Spain, and then the other one in Colombia, in Bogota. So basically, my program, the GLOCAL, I'm gonna call it GLOCAL, okay? Because that's what it's called. It's called Global Markets Local Creativities. It's such a mouthful, so we call it GLOCAL. So this GLOCAL program has different tracks. I think it has 9 tracks now, and I chose, it's called track A, track B, track C, where some of the students, after you start with your home university, like University of Glasgow, you go to the Netherlands or Germany, Sweden, Japan, Colombia, Spain. Like when I was there, these were the programs that you can go to. So you can choose 3 different universities. Not just the You don't just choose the countries, you choose the programs that they offer. So I was mostly interested in sustainability. So my program is more focused on sustainable business development. That's the other degree that I had, the sustainable in emerging economies. So sustainable business development in emerging economies. That's what I wanted to choose. So that's why I chose the tracks in Spain and in Colombia. So let me just tell you about how you can apply, like step by step, what you can do. And then at the end of this video, there's going to be a step by step, like a screen record of how you can apply, okay? You can jump to that screen record if you want, but if you just want like a highlight of how you can apply, then just you can listen and see, right? The first thing that you need to do is literally on Google, you just literally type Erasmus Mundus catalog. Honestly, it's that easy. Well, it's not really that easy, but if you click on that, if you type that and you choose the second option, the one that says, the Erasmus Mundus catalog, you can scroll down and you would see a list of programs from different years and different countries, but you'd see a list of programs and you can go through them and see which one you would like to apply to. But the quickest way is obviously to use the filters. You filter them through the fields that you're interested in. So I was interested in economics and politics and like the business area. That's what I was interested in. So that's how I filtered mine. And you can find the Global Markets Local Creativities, my course on economics. If you filter it in economics, then you'll find it there. I'll show you later on, okay? But the thing that you need to be aware of is that there are 2 links that you can click. So one is from the Erasmus site, which basically shows you the summary of what the program is, where it's going to be held, what universities are involved. And then the other link takes you directly to the home university where you can actually apply to that program. This is where you find like the main requirements and the application button, basically. But one thing that you need to be aware of it is that this program is not like all year round. It starts in September. So usually these programs, they are open in September and then they end in January, February-ish. So make sure you are in line with the deadlines, and also check the eligibility. So a lot of most of the programs, they have their own requirements, but some of the major requirements that you need to fulfill is, one, obviously you need to have finished your bachelor's degree. Sometimes, like, if you're in your last year, and then by the time the program starts, if you would have your final official transcript, you would be okay. But that's something that you need to speak with the admission team. So you need to have your bachelor's degree. That's the first thing. And then the second one, your academic transcripts, obviously, your CV. Since a lot of the programs, they want students from diverse backgrounds. So if you're just interested in that program, like, I would say just apply, because they really, how do you say it? They really take into consideration your, like, variety of background, instead of just they don't have like one ideal candidate or anything like that. So your CV is a good way to show that. Motivation letter. Oh, I could not stress this enough. This is so important. Your motivation letter, yeah, that could really define your application. And yeah, just make it unique. I can do more videos about this if that's something you're interested in. What else? Recommendation letters, of course, from the, if you're working at a company right now, or if you're working your internship, whatever. So a recommendation letter from that, or if you don't have any work experiences, from your professors. So, or both. That's what I've done. I've submitted from both. So I used to work while I was applying for that. So from my manager, and as well as my professors. And one other thing is English exam. So basically, English is the international language. So you need English exam, IELTS or TOEFL. In my case, since I went to the UK, I needed IELTS. Although my undergrad was fully in English, even my high school was fully in English, but I needed to show them that I can speak English, basically. So I needed to do that. But thing about IELTS is, like, if you don't have your IELTS exam by the time that you're applying, it's okay, because after you received a conditional offer, then you can take the exam. So if you don't want to invest in taking that exam before your application, it's okay for most programs. Okay, for my program, as I told you, I didn't have my IELTS, so what I did was I got the conditional offer. The conditional offer was based on if you have your IELTS certificate, then you'd get it. So after that conditional offer, I took my IELTS, and then I just submitted, and yeah, I got the scholarship. Well, okay, right. But anyways, you can reach out through my Instagram and TikTok if you have any questions on how you can apply for this program, or if you want any tips on your motivation for my specific program, or for any of your programs that you want. I have education consultancy called Explore with Lilt. I will leave the website below. You can submit your request through there, or you can just follow me on Instagram and TikTok and just DM me on that. But most importantly, if you leave a comment down below, I would read that more. So you can leave a comment down below here on your questions, or if you want, what kind of videos you want to see more. Well, as a recap, this program is a fully funded scholarship program organized by the European Union, but it's not only for European students, it's any nationality can apply for this program. Also, you can study in two or more countries worldwide, so you have to be open to study for international experiences. And you earn joint master's degree or multiple degrees. And also, of course, the cherry on top is that all your tuition is covered, and they also give you monthly stipend. In my time, it was around 1,000 euros, but the stipend that they're going to give you has increased a lot. I think last year it was like 1,400 per month, so it's really good. They will also cover your travel costs. So, for example, I had the opportunity to do a summer school in Japan, and they covered like half of my flight, and also covered like my accommodation and food, and they gave us like some money to stay in Japan as well, which was another amazing story, which I will tell you in a different video. And also, if you have conferences, so we were writing research, right? So at the end, you have to do your thesis. So after you finish your, while you're doing your thesis, if you want to go to a different country and like do maybe interviews or surveys or something like that, they would also cover they'll also give you some and some money to cover your expenses while you do these conferences. So it's actually the best experience, and I hope you get it. So without further ado, we are going to the screen share, and I will explain to you step by step on how you can apply.